In this video, we are going to take a look at 3 different news updates from this week. Number 1, a Vitaly Laletin interview. Number 2, 2 matches announced for East vs West 3. Number 3 is Larry Wheels quitting Supermatch Arm Wrestling. Welcome to the video, Arm Wrestling fans. I'm Pradeep from Armwrestling News. So please give a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. And at this point, I'm not even sure if I need to ask you guys to give thumbs up on my videos, because all of the videos have over 200-300 thumbs up and at least 96-97% thumbs up and less than 3% dislikes. And even the controversial videos get over 90% likes. So which is really amazing. I'm nothing without your support. So let's talk about the Vitaly Laletin recent interview on Matt Rhodes' channel. I've noted down a couple of interesting points, actually more than couple, but you should definitely check that interview out if you have 15-20 minutes spare time. Vitaly Laletin said that he trains only 3 times a week, 2 hours per training session. So only 6 hours training in a week. That is just unheard of from a world level elite who is ranked number 2 in the world in any strength sport. Can you imagine only 6 hours training in a week? That is just amazing. He did not mention that if this is his regular training schedule or he ups his training time near a match. He did not mention that. So he did mention that his current body weight is 136 kilos. The heaviest that he has ever been is 142 kilos. But if he is going to face Dave Chaffee or Levan Sagnashvili or Devon Laird, he is going to be 145 to 150 kilos. Somebody mentioned in the comments that Pancake Vitaly is coming. So definitely we would love to see that. And he has hired drivers for his trucks. So he is no longer driving himself, which I believe is going to give him more time to train for arm wrestling. He is only looking for the logistics and other stuff, the management stuff. But he has hired drivers now, which is also a good thing. And I was saying once in my previous videos, about 3 months ago, I would say, that there is a big problem in today's supermatch arm wrestling world if you are a Vitaly Laletin of the arm wrestling world. And most of the people made fun of it when I said that it is really difficult for Vitaly Laletin to get super matches. And they were quoting Levan matches and other matches, Alex Kordecha matches. And Vitaly Laletin did mention in this interview that he was invited at the Siberian Power Show. We even saw the thumbnail of him versus Grigory Lyashchuk. It was supposed to be a super match, but they did not invite him finally. Actually, they did invite him, but not for a super match because they thought that it is going to be one-sided. So yes, I was right on that. It is really difficult in today's world if you are Vitaly Laletin to get any super match. Neil Pickup does not want you on his Arm War series because he cannot find opponents for you. WAL do not want you on their organization because you are going to just run over everybody. So only King of the Table, because they have Levan, because they have Alex Kordecha. Right now, after losing to Dave Chaffee, even the Alex Kordecha match seems to be a mismatch against Vitaly Laletin. So who is remaining? Devon Laird, Levan Sagnashvili, but then that's about it. And not everyone can get Devon Laird or Levan Sagnashvili on their organization, on their super match card. Can Engin do that? I'm not so sure. So now hopefully you guys understand what I meant when I said that it is really unfortunate to be Vitaly right now in such situation where it is really difficult for you to get a super match. And next he said that he doesn't want to get involved much with the federations and stuff. He wants to compete in a neutral organization, neutral situation. And he mentioned 2 organizations, King of the Table event, King of the Table 4 or 5 if he gets a chance, and Engin Terzi's East versus West event. So Vitaly does not want to get banned or anything or any bad stuff regarding this war situation and contracts and competing somewhere that you're not supposed to compete if you're an athlete of a Russian Arm Wrestling Federation. So these were the main stuff. Vitaly Laletin also said that he would love to arm wrestle Dave Chaffee. Like he also would entertain the Devon Laird super match, but that is not his priority. His priority right now is to arm wrestle Dave Chaffee because we know that how much respect every European has for Dave Chaffee. He may not be considered a legend in his own country, but Dave Chaffee is definitely a legend in European arm wrestling. So let's move on to our next topic. East versus West 2, couple of more matches announced by Engin Terzi. FA Komek versus Chan Shaw, right-handed super match. FA Komek has been invited to both of the East versus West 1 and 2 events because he lives in Turkey and he is a good arm wrestler. So it is really easy for him to be on that card. And FA has won all 3 of his super matches. Man, In the first event, he won 5-0 against Herman Stevens left-handed and 4-1 against the same opponent right-handed. Second event, he defeated Ron Bath 3-0 left-handed very comfortably. It wasn't even close. So he's facing Chan Shaw. Chan Shaw lost his last match 3-0 against Andres Sedis at the East versus West event, and after that he lost 3-0 to Todd Hutchings. Before that he lost 3-1 to John Brzezinski also. So Chan Shaw is on a losing streak. F.A. Komek is on a winning streak. But we know that doesn't always work out. It was the same case with Dave Chaffee and Alex Kodacha as well. So I would slightly favor Chan Shaw in that match. The reason being that right-handed F.A. Komek looks beatable, and if you are beatable, Chan Shaw will definitely capitalize on that. And left-handed, he looks like a totally beast, out of control, really difficult to manage him left-handed. But this is not the same case right-handed. We saw that Herman Stevens, even though he lost 4-1 to F.A. Komek right-handed, he still mentioned that FA felt beatable. The match was close. It looked like one-sided match, but it wasn't according to Herman Stevens. If Herman Stevens thought or find out that F.A. Komek is beatable on the right arm, I'm sure Chan Shaw is going to experience the same thing. So I would favor Chan Shaw slightly in that match, but again, going to be an absolute war in my opinion. F.A. Komek is going to have another match this time also. Zurab Tavbaridze left hand. Zurab is also having two matches. Right-handed, he is going against John the Goat Brzezinski. He defeated Ron Bath last time 3-2. It was an amazing war. So FA versus Zurab left-handed. Zurab is a left-handed WAF world champion, but I think in the 80 kilo division, if I'm not correct, I'll mention it in the video. And FA Komek is about 250 pounds, 242. Engin has not mentioned a weight cap for this match because Zurab is also right now about 100 kilos, 220, 225 pounds. So we have seen that Zurab's wrist can be compromised, but he can still win. I'm talking about right-handed. I'm just assuming that it is the same case left-handed as well. Zurab is not a really tall guy. He's very short built, stocky built, and he has a shorter forearm. F.A. Komek is a great top roller left-handed. F.A. I think will definitely be able to take his wrist. Can he finish him? I've seen that Zurab is also really good at forcing that hook really fast left-handed. But I'm not sure if he can do that against F.A. Komek. Really difficult. I'm not giving any predictions right now on this match. And let's move on to our final topic. Larry Wheels. Is Larry Wheels quitting Supermatch arm wrestling? The short answer is yes, but only for 1 year. And 1 year seems to be a long time, especially we know that King of the Table is planning 3-4 events every year. So we are going to miss Larry Wheels from Supermatch arm wrestling for quite some time right now. So everyone has been advising Larry Wheels that he needs to compete in tournaments in order to start his winning streak. He needs that experience. But one thing is missing, that nobody is talking about the genetics. And I might sound crazy because nobody can think about a strong athlete such as Larry Wheels, who has world records in strength sports, not having the genetics to be elite level arm wrestler. Nobody is thinking about it. Everyone was saying that Larry is new to the sport, he needs experience, that is why he lost to Khalid. Khalid is probably someone who has had only 10-15 table practices in his life. He has 10 times less arm wrestling experience than Larry Wheels. How did he beat him? Based on instincts and genetics. So maybe, just maybe, Larry does not have the genetics to be an elite level arm wrestler. Of course, he can be a national champion in United States of America, where guys like Devons, the Michael Todds, the Dave Chaffees are not competing. He can be a national champion at that tournament. But can he be world champion? Can we see in 5 years Larry Wheels beating or competing against and giving a good fight to the Levans, the Vitalis, the Devons, the Daves, the Gasparinis of that time 5 years from now? I am not so sure about that. Give this topic a few minutes of thinking, and maybe I'm making some sense here, because I was saying the same thing 1 year ago. For the amount of training Larry Wheels is putting into arm wrestling, we have seen other guys improve much faster than Larry Wheels. Larry is not a very fast improving guy in the world of arm wrestling. So Larry Wheels did say that he's going to focus on strongman now, only strongman, for at least 1 year. For at least this year, he's not going to compete in any super match, but he may be competing in a couple of tournaments. About the over the top tournament happening this month in Australia. Larry said that he may be going to that tournament. It is not 100% sure. He may be going to that tournament. So please mention your thoughts about all these topics and especially this Larry Wheels topic. Do you think Larry Wheels is not a super match guy like Neil Pickup was saying on his podcast? Or do you think Larry Wheels can go to the top in arm wrestling if he continues for another 6, 7, 8 years, whatever the time frame that you think is necessary for Larry Wheels to gain that much improvements? Subscribe to the channel, share this video with someone who thinks like you. My name is Pradeep and I thank you so much for watching.